Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with some additional information on the Drake Kraken, its price, the Q&A info, and its waived sales. The Kraken's price has been revealed as $1,400 war bond and $1,650 credit, both with lifetime insurance. The Kraken is now on sale in waves to backers that expressed interest in it, though I haven't seen the ability to CCU up to it, and that might change in the future, but I suspect that it will only be full ships sold. There look to be 7 waves, with each wave getting access to the sale a little bit later than the last, with wave 1 and potentially some other ones already having access to it. Each wave, every wave, will have access to purchase the ship until the 31st of October at 7 AM UTC, or when they hit the hull limit. So the hulls for the ship are extremely limited. Potentially, if they didn't sell them all, they might go to everyone before they are all sold. There isn't a hard number shown that I saw for how many Kraken hulls are available, other than extremely limited, but at my best guess it would be between 2,000 and 3,000 hulls. That seems reasonable. That seems like a number they would actually sell out of pretty quickly. There was some extra information that they gave us as well in the Q&A. Can you spawn ships from the Kraken? When you spawn your Kraken, you'll be able to spawn ships in or on it if you own them, but beyond that, there is no other ships that can be spawned dynamically on board. So it's not a mobile spawn point. It's similar how the Constellation will be able to have a ground vehicle within it when it spawns. So you spawn your Constellation and then you can spawn a ground vehicle in it when you're at a station or whatever when you've actually spawned it. But you won't be able to spawn it mid-flight. Players landing on the ship during gameplay will have their ships permanently on the pad. It doesn't sound like in any way, shape or form that they sort of like go into storage on the ship. They literally stay there statically until the ship is gone. What if the Kraken player logs off though? So the Kraken will follow the same rule set as the persistent bed log off system they currently have in game. If the owner of the Kraken logs off and there are no other players on board, then it will be despawned. So the Kraken will be despawned. If there are still players on board, then the Kraken and the ships on board will persist. If a player lands their ship on the Kraken, then proceeds to log off, their ship will persist with the Kraken until the point the Kraken is despawned or destroyed, at which point, if the player then rejoins, they will either have it respawn at the point the Kraken was, or have to reclaim it in the event it was destroyed. The Kraken's shields cover the hull of the Kraken and anything inside the Kraken. They do not cover the ships or people that are on the deck or on the landing pads. So basically the idea is that shields will, when they've got the single distance field stuff in the future, they will sort of like wrap around just the hull is the idea. So ships contained inside the hangars, they're covered by shields. People on top of the hangars, ships on top of the deck, not covered by the shields. The Kraken is in many ways a mobile base. That means it is able to refuel, restock and repair ships that have landed on it, but those resources are taken from the Kraken stores and cargo, so you need to make sure you have the correct parts or bits in stock. There's obviously going to be lots of common ones that you can make sure that you have ready to go, but if you're providing services to ships, like you might need the right ammo type in certain situations to fully service them. You'll be able to quantum with ships parked on the deck of the ship and within the ship. Quantum drives in the universe just require that all doors are closed to function, basically. And anything that's in close proximity, basically touching the ship, will be pulled into quantum travel with it. People on the deck on foot, that might be quite dangerous for. Maximum ships aren't checked for when quantum traveling as well, so if it fits, it sits. But the idea, the full complement of ships on the Kraken would be 8, 2 of which would be medium ships, and then you could have also 4 dragonflies. But yeah, as I said, if it fits, it sits. You might be able to park loads more ships on the Kraken's deck, loads of dragonflies instead. Although, as mentioned earlier, being on the deck is a risky proposition. You'll be able to land on the Kraken while it's moving, and there will be automated landing options as well. The Kraken is substantially less sturdy than an Idris or any other dedicated military ship. It's also Drake, so bear that in mind. They are pretty vulnerable when they're getting shot at. The ship has no escape pods either. The ships on it are its escape pods. The Kraken can only equip civilian and industrial type items, and comes with civilian grade C items by default. Now, you'd still be able to get good A-class industrial items in the future that would really make the ship a lot better for certain things, but bear that in mind. It can't have like military grade components or competition grade components. It is a capital ship, and it is Drake. The cargo bay may have modular customization in the future with potential other uses, but we'll have to wait and see what those are. You'll be able to move cargo from the cargo hold to ships and between ships, and there's also an internal tram system to assist with that. The Kraken can land planetside and has multiple VTOL thrusters, but it's expected to fare poorly in atmosphere. The ship is huge and does not like the ground. It is not a... well, it becomes in risk of becoming a ground structure when it lands, especially if some of its thrusters or VTOLs are damaged. It's not going to be able to get back out of atmosphere until it gets repaired. The Kraken has guest accommodation for pilots that are making use of its facilities, so its refuel, rearm, repair services. Their onboard sort of like accommodation cover 1 to 2 players per landing pad. And these are sort of very basic habs that you'd find in Grimhex. There were no additional dedicated facilities like bars or trading areas or shops or anything like that, so please bear that in mind. So with this, I was thinking for a while whether I was going to buy a Kraken or not, or melt some ships down for it, and I've kind of decided not to. I already have lots of ships like the Javelin and the Endeavour, and they have hangars. And the Kraken is more likely to justify me spending more on spaceships that I don't need, because I have more space for them, and you need ships to make the Kraken worthwhile if you're using it as a assault carrier or as a mobile base. Obviously, you could be using it as a servicing platform in certain areas, and literally go lots of service beacon services for you guys. Come and land and woo, get repaired. It's one that I'm going to be trying to get in game. Certainly, I might have a few of them eventually in the org, but it's for me something that only orgs should consider. It is a light carrier. It's a small carrier, however, that is still massive. Really cool ship. We've wanted a light carrier and mobile base for a while now, and now we have one. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. Is it something you would buy if you had access to? Is it something that you think they should have made sort of like have access to everyone? Is it something that you'd only consider buying in the verse? Or do you think these are pirate bait? Do you think they are nom nom nom, I want to assault these Krakens? They're probably worth a lot of nom nom. And they're going to be quite vulnerable when they're up close, but obviously they might be the center of a fleet. They might have a huge swarm of ships kind of defending them. Then they're not supposed to be slugging it out in combat. They're supposed to be repairing and servicing ships from afar, then using it as a mobile base. And I suspect we will see lots of these in harder missions against sort of like pirates, where the pirates are using it as a mobile base and we have to assault it. That sort of stuff. And I'm very much looking forward to that. Great ship, great idea, filled a hole. My radar have provided a new Anvil Valkyrie to give away. All you need to do is to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my star sets and videos made during October. My radar is a mobile app for iOS and Android that provides up-to-the-minute weather information in the US, Europe, and Japan, with service in Australia coming in by the end of 2018. It allows Star Citizen players to view detailed maps of the moons in-game as well, Yela, Selin, and Daymar. A new version will be released this month that includes new features, including outpost markers and updated maps. Also, if you're looking to get or upgrade a gaming PC, then consider Shadow instead. Shadow is a subscription-based cloud gaming PC service that can turn most devices, phone, laptop, PC, tablet, and more into a powerful gaming PC via the internet. Links to more info in the description for that, and if you do decide to try it, then use the code BoredGamer to get a discount on the service.